great. It's like, you know, a release of you having to keep secrets from family members you don't trust, you know, wacky uncles and things like that. So it feels good. Even in the office, if someone in the office would just say Fallout 4, you'd get like a weird look. So,
yeah, my son's 9. He kept begging me to know what I was working on, and I wouldn't tell him until we came out here.
When you tell someone you're a video game developer and, oh, you play games all day, you know, no. So 3.5 years, you're not playing games all day, you're making them. But now it's sort of the part of the project where you are playing the game all day, trying to, you know, play it and test it and fix it and get it where it's supposed to be.
I think that's one thing people don't realize is they think like that we know everything in the game. Like you think like I would know everything in the game. I actually don't, because we have a studio that's worked together for a long time. I know most stuff in the game, but like I'll be playing the game and run into something and be like, who built this? What is this? Because it's so big. And then, you know, I think collectively we all know everything in the game. We usually will ask each other.
And part of that, I think, is it's the level of trust you have with one another,
yeah,
right? Like, you can know that someone's going to work on their section of the game and do it well and do it right and not, you know, do something they're not supposed to, or it's entirely, you know, out of left field. Fallout 3, I think the people who live in that world are very cognizant of, you know, they're in this destroyed world, you know? And so we looked at that again and tried to think, well, what if, you know, it's not so much about the past, you know, this is what they know, this is their world, so there's a little bit of, you know, there's a post-apocalypse in the destroyed world, but there's a glimmer of hope sometimes too, because there are people that are getting on with their lives. And how do you look at that too, and how does that, you know, inform the different stories in the world?
What is it like overseeing a lot of this stuff, the size and scope of the game? How do you do that?
It's controlled chaos. Our games are massive, and like we mentioned earlier, like you can't micromanage every tiny piece, nor would you want to. You know, we work with some amazing professionals, artists, coders, designers, and you just sort of give them seeds of ideas and let it grow. You know, the depth of our systems are so amazing, and you saw a lot of that in the video that Todd presented. From the crafting to the workshops, for instance, we spent days and days just getting eye movement to work well in the dialogue system, so it doesn't look dead-eyed and wooden. The way eyes saccade and move from different tonal inflections, like the tiny, tiny little details. We spent so much time working on. We obsess over and obsess over and obsess over, and now we're close to being done.
So working on the project, Jeff, does it feel like you're a parent or an overseer making sure all this stuff's getting done to hit the release date?
In some regards, I have 5 children, so it's not nearly as difficult as that, honestly. But
one's enough for me right now.
They're wonderful. But you know, like I said, we are blessed to work with some of the best professionals in this industry. We're still sort of a scrappy team in a way. You know, we're just over 100 people, not nearly as big as some of the other studios. So we're able to really have great rapport, individual rapport with most, you know, all our developers, and really get like this great, I hate the word synergy, but that's what it is, going to some different departments. And we empower people to do what they love when they come to our work, and they're really like, you know, what can you contribute today? And it's not like we hand them a task sheet or anything along those lines. We find surprises all the time in the game, and those are generally, for us, some of the best things in the game.
Like, we've been working together, you know, for 10 years on the Fallout series, but that's representative of the company too. Like, most of the people at Bethesda have been there for a long time, so we've worked. A lot of people, most of the people on the team have been working with them for years, so you get to know them. There's a certain flow and energy, and you know, and just you know how they work, and how to communicate effectively with them.
Yeah, people ask us, why haven't you guys grown? Like, you know, why aren't you like hundreds and hundreds like some of these other studios? And I think it's like, well, the games will be out faster probably, but they'll be worse, and the process of making them will be much worse. So, you know, people see the end result of what we do, but we're coming to the office for 4 years, and we spend a lot of time together, and that's, you know, I think our creative energies together, everybody in the team, it really shows through in the game. We always want to make a game. We want to do one, though, that, like, we've designed several, actually, but they were all like mini versions of what we do on like PC and console. So if you looked at them, you'd say like, this is a worse version of that other game. So we wanted to do something that would be no better anywhere else. It works. It's actually, I won't repeat what I said, but it's really good.
Right.
I was surprised, and just how fast it works. And we have debates like, you know, putting a mini map on our game. We don't want to put a mini map on the screen, but you could pull up the map and leave it on your wrist while you're playing. And, it's surprisingly useful.